Multiplication, how to multiply a 3-digit number by a 2-digit number. So all you do in this question is write the calculation out. Here it is as a vertical algorithm, a written method. So the first thing you're going to do is multiply 143 by 6. And I'm going to highlight the 6 in blue so you're very clear about what you're multiplying 143, because sometimes you can be overwhelmed by the numbers that you've got in front of you. So here we go. 3 times 6 or 6 times 3, so we'll say 3 times 6 is 18. Put down the 8, carry the 1. Now you're multiplying 4 by 6. 4 times 6 is 24, plus your 1 that you carried from your previous line is 25. Put down the 5, carry the 2. 1 times 6 is 6, plus your 2 is 8. Now we're moving on to, and by the way, that's the answer to 143 times 6. Now we're going to multiply 143 by, not by 5, but by 50, because it's in the tens column. That 5 is in the tens column. Now what we have to do is put a 0 at our starting point, because if we don't, we're going to get the answer to 143 times 5, and that's not what we want. So we pop the 0 in to make sure that when we get the answer comes out and it's 10 times bigger than the answer to 5, 143 times 5. We don't want that. We want 143 times 50. So now we follow the same procedure. So we say 3 times 5. 3 times 5 is 15. Put down the 5, carry the 1. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 plus your 1 is 21. Put down the 1, carry the 2. 1 times 5 is 5. Plus your 2 is 7, and that's the answer to 143 times 50. And remember, if you don't put that 0 in, you're going to get the answer 715, and that's the answer to 143 times 5, but we've got 143 times 50. Now all we have to do is add those two lines together, and that comes to 8008, and that's how you do that question. Digit number by another 3-digit number. And we're going to use a written method. So here we have 143 times 264. So first of all, we're going to multiply 143 by 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. Put down the 2, carry the 1. 4 times 4 is 16. Plus your 1, which is 17. Put down the 7, carry the 1. 1 times 4 is 4. Plus your 1 that you carried is 5. 572. What is that the answer to? That there is the answer to 143 times 4. Okay, so let's go over to the next part, and I've highlighted the digit that's important now in blue, because you can get confused with the amount of digits that you have here. 143 times 6. Now this is not 143 times 6. Since the 6 is in the tens column, it's 143 times 60. So to make sure that our answer comes out and it's 10 times bigger, we have to put the 0 in. And now we go back and do exactly what we did in the line before. So 3 times 6 is 18. Put down the 8, carry the 1. 4 times 6 is 24. Plus your 1 is 25. Put down the 5, carry the 2. 1 times 6 is 6. Plus the 2 that you carried is 8. 8,580. What is that the answer to? That's the answer to 143 times 60. So now we're going to move on to the last bit, the next digit. I'm going to again highlight it in blue, and we're going to do 143 times 2. So we have to put in 2 zeros this time, because we're not multiplying 143 by 2, but by 200. And 200 is 100 times bigger than 2. So to make sure that our answer comes out correctly, we have to pop those 2 zeros on the other end there. Otherwise, we'd have the answer to 143 times 2, which is not what it's asking. Now, you could do this very quickly and easily. You could just double 143, times it by 2, put the answer in, and then add all the numbers together. So that's one quick way of doing it. So it's good to spot the quick ways. Let's do it step by step. So here, 3 times 2 is 6. Pop the 6 in, nothing to carry. 4 times 2 is 8. Nothing to carry. Pop the 8 in. 1 times 2 is 2. Nothing to carry. That's the answer to 143 times 200. Add them all together and it comes to 37,752. And that's how you do that question. Using a written method when you're multiplying by decimals. So in this question, you would take your decimal point in 5.9 one place over to the right in order to make 5.9 a whole number, and you would do the same to 16.7. So in effect, you've made your number 10 times bigger and then 10 times bigger again, which is 100 times bigger in total. So you take your decimal point one place over to the right, another one place over to the right, turn them into whole numbers 2 places to the right. When you work out the answer to 59 times 167, when you get the answer to that, you're going to take your decimal point back 2 places to the left. You're going to make it 100 times smaller because here you're making it 100 times bigger. So let's watch that. 59 times 167. So do what you've always been doing. Multiply 59 by 7. Then you do 59 times, not 6, but 60, since it's in the tens column, and there's your answer. And then you do 59 times by 100, and there's your answer. Add them all together, and you get 98.53. Your decimal point is here on the end, on the right hand side, and all you're going to do is make it 10 times smaller and 10 times smaller, and there's 10 times smaller again, 98.53, and that's how you do a decimal question when you're multiplying using the written method.